Good day, everyone! So before we start, let me introduce myself to you. I am Malin Joy Villa, together with my group mates, Miss Honey Grace Nario, Miss Alexandra May Loterte, Mr. Carlos Jimenez, and Mr. Justin J. Ilumin. We are the Group 1 to present Lesson 2 entitled ICT Pedagogy Integration in Language Learning Plan. So let me read first the objectives of this lesson. First, discuss essential points to consider when integrating any ICT in facilitating language education. Second, present learning plans that integrate ICT in the learning procedures to be able to attain the learning outcomes. And lastly, plan for some activities that will help develop digital citizenship and relate this to the development of 21st century skills among learners. Teaching has always been a challenging profession, since knowledge has been expanding and essential skills have been increasing and changing. With these challenges, teachers need to engage educational technologies to assist them in teaching learning process. Engaging educational technologies in teaching are founded on principles and philosophies. Understanding this will help you successfully integrate technologies to allow your students to demonstrate the intended learning outcomes of your field of specialization. So, we all know that we are already now in the 21st century, and we can observe that even the small kids already know how to use gadgets like cell phones, how to use computers, and many more technologies. So, as a 21st century teacher, we should also know how to learn, how to engage these educational technologies in our teaching and learning process. Integrating technology in instruction. So, there are various educators and researchers provided the following concepts and principles about integrating technology in instruction. The first one is John Pisapia of 1994. According to him, integrating technology with teaching means the use of learning technologies to introduce, reinforce, supplement, and extend skills. So, for example, if a teacher merely tells a student to read a book without any preparation for follow-up activities, so that put the book into pedagogical context. So, the book is not integrated. So, how can we say that the book is not integrated? So, it is because the teacher didn't give follow-up activities for his or her students after reading the book. So, dapat, kung ang isang teacher ay magbibigay ng isang um, reading book or reading materials sa mga bata, kailangan din niyang magbigay ng mga review questions or follow-up activities that student need to answer. So, para matest dito kung may naiintindihan ba or may natutunan ba ang mga bata after nilang mabasa yung book. In that way, we can say that the book is integrated. So, another example is if the teacher uses the computer to reward children by allowing them to play a game. So, the computer is not integrated. So, how can we say that the computer is not integrated? So, it is because ginamit ng teacher yung computer na reward sa mga bata by allowing them to play a video game. So, which is, we all know that video game is not for learning. Pero hindi naman lahat ng game kasi may ibang games naman na ginagamit for educational purposes like gamification in education. So, as a teacher, we need to use computer for educational purposes like research topic for our lesson and watching YouTube videos that are also related to the topic. So, in this way, the computer is integrated. ICT integration is really helpful to both teacher and learners to navigate digital platforms, collaborate online, use productivity tools, and technology enables student and teacher to manage, access, or organize. Integrating technology into curricula can mean different things. First, computer science courses, computer assisted instruction, and or computer enhanced or enriched instruction, matching software with basic skill competencies, keyboarding with word processing followed up with presentation tools. Next is the International Society for Technology in Education or the ISTE. According to them, effective integration of technology is achieved when students are able to select technology tools to help them obtain information in a timely manner, analyze and synthesize the information, and present it professionally. The technology should become an integral part of how the classroom functions, as accessible as all other classroom tool. So, dito, if we are going to relate it in online class, the technology tool now mostly ginagamit ng teacher are the Google Classroom and the Google Meet. So, wherein the teacher, dito nila binibigay yung mga reading materials as well as the activity that we need to answer. While sa Google Meet naman, doon natin napipresent ang ating mga report and dinidiscuss yung ating mga topic. So, for example, nung time ng pandemic, so malaking tulong yung ICT dahil nakapag-conduct pa rin tayo ng online class sa tulong ng mga online platform. So, hindi man noon makapag face-to-face sa tulong ng Google Classroom at iba pang online platform, sila yung tumayong classroom natin to continue learning. Next is Margaret Lloyd in year 2005. According to her, ICT integration encompasses an integral part of broader curriculum reforms which include both infrastructural as well as pedagogical consideration that are changing not only how learning occurred, but what is learned. So, ICT integration is really helpful for both teachers and learners. So, for example, in the traditional way, students are just merely reading books or writing and using their imagination. So, but now with the help of ICT integration, the teacher can now give educational videos from YouTube and simulation links wherein the students can navigate for them to have a comprehensive understanding about the topic. Next is Kyuyun Wong and Y. Lit Wu, 2007. So, according to them, integrating information and communication technology or the ICT into teaching and learning is a growing area that has attracted many educators' efforts in the recent years. Based on the scope of content covered, ICT integration can happen in three different areas. First, curriculum, second topic, and the third one is the lesson. So, like what I said earlier, in traditional way of teaching and learning, we use chalkboards or Manila paper in our discussion. But now, with the help of ICT integration, the teacher can now use laptops and projectors in discussion. So using them, it is less hassle and no more time consuming. So teacher must use educational tools so that learning must be fun and engaging. Next is Bernard Bahati, year 2010. According to him, the process of integrating ICT in teaching and learning has to be done at both pedagogical and technological levels with much emphasis put on pedagogy. ICT integration into teaching and learning has to be underpinned by sound pedagogical principles. So, teacher must be flexible worker, need to adapt quickly to new technologies and changing circumstances. So, adjusting teaching strategies and methods accordingly. So, teacher must embrace technological advancements and use them as opportunities for professional development and personal growth. Next is the UNESCO year 2005. According to UNESCO, ICT integration is not merely mastering the hardware and software skills. Teachers need to realize how to organize the classroom, to structure and learning tasks so that ICT resources become automatic and natural response to the requirements for learning environments. In the same way as teachers use markers and whiteboards in the classroom. So, as a future teacher, we should know how to use these technology tools that we will be utilizing in teaching. So, teaching is an evolving field, and teachers need technology and tools to be able to teach better in this age. Next is helping teachers effectively integrate technology by first learning the basics of using technology to support instruction, integrating new technology into classroom practice, discovering new uses for technology tools, or designing projects that combine multiple technologies. And lastly, focusing on cooperative project-based and interdisciplinary work with technology being just one of the many tools that students use. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Honey Grace Nario and I will discuss the Information and Communication Technology or the ICT. So before we can successfully integrate ICTs in our language instruction, there is a need to have a good grasp of what information and communication technology or the ICT is all about. Specifically, there is also a need to determine the ICTs that are available for language education. The followings are the definitions of ICT from the various sources. First is from Mersun 2005, which states that ICT includes all the full range of computer hardware, computer software, and telecommunication facilities. Thus, it includes computer devices ranging from handheld calculators to multi-million worth supercomputers. It includes the full range of display and projections devices used to view computer output. It includes local area networks and wide area network that will allow computer systems in people to communicate with each other. It also includes digital cameras, computer games, CDs, DVDs, cell telephones, telecommunication satellites, and fiber optics. It includes computerized machinery and computerized robots. So, according to Morson, ICT refers to a wide range of computer hardware, software, and telecommunications facilities. It includes devices like computers, digital cameras, cell phones, and even computerized machineries and robots. So, for example, a digital camera is an ICT tool that allows you to capture and store photos digitally. Next is Tonyo 2009, which states that ICT is a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate, create, disseminate, store, and manage information. These technologies includes hardware devices, software applications, internet connectivity, broadcasting technologies, and telephony. So according to Tonyo, he defines ICT as a diverse set of technological tools and resources used for communication, creation, dissemination, storage, management of information. This includes hardware devices like computers, software applications, internet connectivity, broadcasting technologies, and telephony. For instance, social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are examples of ICT tools used for communication and sharing information. The third one is UNESCO 2020. So it states that ICT is a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to transmit, store, create, share, or exchange information. These technological tools or resources includes computers, the internet, which are the websites, blogs, and emails, live broadcasting technologies, which are radios, television, and webcasting. Recorded broadcasting technologies, which are podcasting, audio and video players, and storage devices. And telephony, which are fixed or mobile or satellite, visual or video conferencing, and etc. UNESCO defines it as a scientific, technological, and engineering discipline and management technique used. ICT also refers to handling information, its application, association with social, economic, and cultural matters. So, according to UNESCO, it describes ICT as a set of technological tools and resources used to transmit, store, create, share, or exchange information. This includes computers, the internet, broadcasting, technologies, and telephony. It also recognizes ICT as a scientific, technological, and engineering discipline that is associated with social, economic, and cultural matters. For example, webcasting, where live videos are streamed over the internet, is an ICT tool used for broadcasting events or conferencing. Next is Ratheswari 2018, which states that information communication technologies, or the ICT, influence every aspect of human life. They play salient roles in workplaces, in business, education, and entertainment. Moreover, many people recognize ICTs as catalysts for change that include change in working condition, handling and exchanging information, teaching methods, learning approaches, scientific research, and in assessing information communication technologies. In this digital era, ICT is important in the classroom for giving the students opportunities to learn and apply the acquired 21st century skills. ICT improves teaching and learning and helps teachers to perform their role as creators of pedagogical environments. ICT helps a teacher to present his or her teaching attractively and enables learners to learn at any level of an educational program. So, Ratheswari highlights the significant role of ICT in various aspects of human life, including workplaces, education, and entertainment. It is seen as a catalyst for change, impacting how we work, exchange information, teach, learn, conduct scientific research, and access information. In the classroom, ICT can enhance teaching and learning by providing opportunities for students to develop 21st century skills. For example, using educational apps or online platforms to practice math skills in an ICT application in education.
Hi, I'm Alexandra May Luterte and I will tackle the using ICT integration framework in language education learning plan. So, there are a lot of concepts provided by experts relevant to integrating technology in instructions apart from the above citations. These concepts are very helpful to clarify lingering issues on how technologies are properly integrated in the teaching and learning process. It must be noted that there are possible instances when technologies are used in the classroom, but the way they are used that does not promote learning and does not help facilitate the attainment of the intended learning outcomes set for a class. There is a need, therefore, to enlighten you on the principle on how educational technologies contribute to the facilitation of the teaching and learning process. For this purpose, the following framework may serve as a guide in integrating ICTs in developing learning plans or lessons in the different subjects, particularly in developing plans or lessons in language education. So, this says that not all technologies used in the classroom help students learn. Just using fancy tool isn't enough. We need to use them wisely to achieve a specific learning goal. So, these frameworks provide a guide to using technology effectively in language lessons. It helps you choose the right tools and use them in a way that supports your students' learning. So now, I will tackle the conversational framework of Laurillard 2002. So, conversational framework developed by Diana Laurillard in 2002 is a powerful model for understanding and designing effective learning experiences. It emphasizes the dialogue between teacher and students as the core of learning, highlighting the iterative, communicative, and adaptive nature of knowledge acquisition. So, Imagine learning as a conversation, not a one-sided lecture. So, learning is a back and forth. So, teacher and students talks and listen. So, just like a good conversation, learning involves active participation from both sides. This means questioning, explaining, and building on each other's ideas. So, knowledge isn't fixed, it's built together. As the conversation flows, understanding grows and changes. There is no single right answer, and new information can always lead to new questions. So, learning tools support the conversations. Textbooks, videos, and projects are like props in the conversations, helping to explore ideas and deepen the understanding. So this framework can be considered both learning theory and a practical framework for designing educational environments. Higher education, according to Larry Lard, is much about acquiring ways of seeing the world. So, not just lectures, but active participation. It's not about being talked at, but actively exploring ideas together, asking questions, sharing thoughts, and building on each other's understanding are key. So, ways of seeing the world. Learning is not just about memorizing facts, but developing new perspective and ways of teaching. So, the key aspects of the framework. Teachers' concepts. These are the treasures hidden on the map, the knowledge and skills the teachers want you to find. Teachers constructed learning environments. Think of this as the map itself, the activities, resources, and tools like books, videos, and projects. So the teacher provides you to help you navigate and find treasures. The students' concepts, you already have some tools in your backpack, your existing knowledge and understanding. The student specific action, these are the steps you take on the journey, reading, discussing, practicing, working with others, and creating things to help you understand the treasures on the map. So together with these four elements work together to help you learn and reach your destination. So the framework highlights the idea that learning is a two-way conversation between a teacher and the students rather than a one-sided lecture. So the teacher's concepts. These are the things the teachers wants the students to learn, like important ideas, knowledge, and skills. The theories, ideas. These are the different ways the teachers might think about how to teach the concepts. Questions, ideas. These are the prompts and discussions the teachers uses to get the students to thinking. The student specific concept. This is what the students already knows and understand about the topic before the lesson. Adaptation of actions in light of theory. As the students learns and interacts with the teacher's ideas, their understanding changes and adapts. So reflection on actions, the students think about what they've learned and how they can use it. So constructed environment. This is the learning environment that teachers create, including activities, resources, and tools like books, videos, project, and discussion. The goal feedback. This is the feedback that teachers give the students to help them learn and progress. Adaptation of learners' activity. The teachers adjust the learning activities based on the students' needs and understanding. So the teacher's idea and questions are based on the student's existing knowledge, and the student's understanding changes based on teacher's input and the learning environment. So to simply put it, this framework is like a roadmap for how the teachers and students work together to create a successful learning experience. It's all about conversation, adaptation, and helping each other to learn. So Laurie Lard argues that different media forms have different affordances She identifies 5 media forms: the narrative, interactive, communicative, adaptive, and productive. So, in narrative media, think of them as storytellers or guides. They present information in a linear way, like lectures, textbooks, or videos. They're good for explaining basic concepts and providing context. So, interactive. These tools talk back. They respond to your choices and action like simulation, quizzes, and games. So, they help you explore ideas and test your understanding in a dynamic way. So, communicative media. These are all about connection. They enable you to exchange ideas and learn from others, like discussion forums, chat rooms, or group projects. They help you develop communication and collaboration skills. Adaptive media. This is like a smart tool that adjusts to you. It changes based on your performance and understanding, like personalized learning systems or adaptive quizzes. They tailor the learning experiences to your specific needs. And lastly, the productive media. These tools let you create something new. They let you create something new. You can express your understanding by writing essay, building models, or making presentations. They help you deepen your learning and apply it in a creative way. So, the teaching and learning process possess very complex tasks to allow learners to understand their lesson and master the skills they are expected to demonstrate. Thus, it will be reassuring if the teachers will explore on engaging various media to support various learning activities in classroom. This is how the conversational framework Laurillard 2002 may support. The framework postulates a way of presenting teaching and learning in terms of event. These are the 5 key teaching and learning events: the acquisition, discovery, dialogue, practice, and creation. So, teaching strategy. This describes what the teacher does to introduce the topic or skill. The learning action. This describes what the teacher do to learn the topic or skill. The related media form. This describes the media that can be used to support the learning. The examples of non-computer based activity. This provides examples of how the event can be facilitated without using computers. The examples of computer-based activity. This provides example of how the event can be facilitated using computers. So, in acquisition, the teacher shows, demonstrate, describe, and explain that to the something to the students, and the students will attend, apprehend, and listen. This can be done with using the non-computer based activity that TV, video, film, lectures, books, and other print publication. And also this can be done on computer-based activity like lecture notes online, streaming videos of lectures, DVD, multimedia including digital video, audio clips, and animation. So, in discovery, the teacher will create, set up, find out, or guide through discovering spaces and resources. And the student will investigate, explore, browse, and search. And they can do that when in non-computer based activity in going to libraries, galleries, and museum. And also they can do that also in computer based activities, the CD based, DVD, or web resources including hypertext, enhanced hypermedia, multimedia resources, also information gateways. In dialogue, the teacher can set up, frame, moderate, lead, facilitate discussions, and the students will discuss, collaborate, reflect, argue, analyze, and share their thoughts. And in non-computer activities, they can go to seminars, tutorials, and conferences. And in computer-based, they can email, discussion, forums, and blogs. In practice, the teacher can model something to the students, and the students will experiment and practice that. And they can the non-computer example is the laboratory, field trip, simulation, and role playing. In the computer-based activities naman is drill and practice, tutorial programs, simulation, and virtual environment. And lastly, the creation. The teacher will facilitate and the student will articulate, experiment, make, and synthesis. And they can do that in non-computer activity in essay, object, animation model. And using the computer-based activity is the simple existing tools as well as the specially created programmable software. So, Laurillard's frameworks helps teachers choose the right technology and teaching methods to fit students' needs, making language learning more effective. So, always remember that technology is a tool, not a replacement for good teaching. We use it creatively and truthfully to enhance your lesson and help your students in the future to learn more effectively. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Carlo M. Simanes, the fourth reporter from this group. So we already done about conversational framework of Laurilliard during 2002. And now we will proceed from the three fundamental elements of ICT integration by Wang during 2008. So we have three fundamental elements that provided by Wang. We have the pedagogy, social interaction, and technology. So let's first go to the pedagogy. So again, when we say pedagogy, it refers to the technique or strategies that by the teacher to deliver a lesson. So from the first bullet, in a language learning context, pedagogy often refers to the language teaching strategies or techniques that language teachers use to deliver their lessons and to allow their learners to demonstrate the curricular language competencies. So again, the pedagogy allows the teacher to have a technique or strategies that may be used during his teaching to demonstrate or deliver effectively or clearly the lesson to their students. So with the integration of ICT, the pedagogy makes or be a efficient or effective because of the technological tool that aligned with the with the chosen strategy by the teacher. So in the second bullet, the pedagogical design a language teacher will use needs to include proper selection of appropriate content and language learning activities. In the design, the teacher needs to look into how the available technological resources will help provide scaffolds that will assist their language learners during the learning process. So, pedagogy allows from the strategies. So, the teacher itself should have the activities that align to their chosen strategies or technique in delivering the lesson. But it will be more effective if we know the appropriateness of the technology tool that will be used. So, the third bullet, the learning plans should also involve the appropriate use of learning resources and activities that support learners' learning and allows teachers to facilitate learning. So, so it is important that teachers know the appropriate or use the learning resources and activities that may support the learning of the child. So it is helpful to have a progress in the child. Also, most important in the language learning. So technology helps the teacher to have a strategy that improve his or her facilitating skill during or in during the teaching and learning process. So in the pedagogy, technology serves as a guide or tool to use the strategy effectively and clearly. So the second fundamental element is the social interaction. So from the first bullet, with social interaction, learners will naturally acquire a language and develop language knowledge and skills that are important for them to live and work in various communities. In the various learning events, the language teacher may use computers which may allow the learners to interact and demonstrate the language skills and competencies required from them. So, in social interaction, technologies help from the teacher to make a teaching learning process and provide a skills and experiences that may help their students that may be used in their career, higher education, and also in the workplace in his future. Second bullet, with the advent of computer mediated communication or the CMC, planned social interaction activities that aim to enhance language learning becomes more convenient and flexible. Language learners may maximize computers individually, but they may also collaboratively use them with other learners. So because of the technology, social interaction between teachers and learners, or even learners into learners, the collaboration are maintained and it is more enhanced. So it is important for the language learners that they know or they know how to use computers, or they know how to manipulate some technology tools like computers and cell phones or other digital devices to effectively improve their social interaction skill or their communication skills with the help of technology, because as of now we are in the modern world which is having a highly demand of technology. So second bullet, as noted by Uribe, Klein, and Sullivan during 2003, computer supported collaborative learning has shown positive effects on students' performance. So yun nga, because of the technology, the existence of collaboration is retained. So because of this collaboration, the students' performance will having a positive effect that helps their improve to help to improve their progress in learning. So then let's jump on to the third fundamental element, which is the technology, the technological component. So from the first bullet, through the use of computers, various teaching modes may happen. So in because of the technology, and for example, or I will give a example. During the pandemic, we have the two mode of the learning and also the teaching, which is the synchronous and the synchronous. So in asynchronous, the teaching and learning process will goes through offline mode or in the module. So the process is done by the modules, and while in the synchronous, it is done through online meetings. So there's having a interaction between teachers and learners through online communication. So the technology provides a variety of teaching and learning process. So second bullet, in order for any online interaction activities in a language classroom to be effective, there is a need to consider the availability of the facilities they require and ease of access. The human-computer interface design is also critical because this will define the utility of the technology-based learning environment. So, it is said that it requires an ease of access, which means as a teacher, when we integrate the technology in teaching, it is important that we make sure that our chosen technology tool will be accessed by every of our student. For example, the Google Meet. This online app that requires internet connection and digital tools. And it is important that we know that it is available from the students that we have to effectively learn and produce a quality teaching. So again, that is the three fundamental elements of ICT integration. We have the pedagogy, social interaction, and the technology or the technological component. So here's the diagram that represent the three fundamental elements of ICT integration by Wang during 2008. So as you can see, the center of this diagram is the pedagogy. So it means because of the pedagogy, we having the social interaction, socialize with other people, that helps every learners to improve their language skill. And with the help of integration of ICT integration, the teachers provide or choose a better strategies or techniques to deliver a lesson to improve the learners and their capabilities and skills. And because of the pedagogy, we having the right decisions in choosing technology to provide a teaching and learning process with quality and effectively, and also accessibility with all of our students. So technology or ICT integration provides or helps our teacher to make effective teaching and learning process that will cope in our 21st century education, wherein the technology highly demands. So that's all about the three fundamental elements of ICT integration by Wang during 2008.
So our topic is all about categories of information, communication, and technology in teacher training. There are a lot of researches that will prove that integration of ICT can fully transform classroom instruction. Added in 2003 state that the teachers' use of ICT supports the development of higher order thinking skills or HATS and promotes collaboration. This is the reason why it is recognized that training in ICT pedagogy integration is promoted. Ibig sabihin nito na ang pag-include sa information and communication technologies or ICT sa classroom teaching ay pwedeng magbago on how instruction is delivered. Hadad's findings from 2003 indicate that kapag ginagamit ng teacher ang ICT tools, makakatulong ito sa student para ma-develop ang advanced thinking skills and facilitate collaborative learning experience. Dahil dito, there is a recognized need to magpo-provide sa teachers with training in integrating ICT into their teaching methods to harness these benefits effectively. The next slide is for a successful ICT pedagogy integration training to take place, a training framework used as a guide will be helped. June 2005 was able to organize various ICT teacher training efforts into 4 categories. It is imperative to note that when teachers in digitally literate, where they are able to integrate such in the curriculum will promote better understanding of the lesson among the learners. Ang training framework ay nagpa-provide ng structured guidance para sa mga guro to integrate ICT into teaching effectively. It ensures comprehensive support, streamlines the training process, and standardized efforts, promoting consistency in ICT integration across different educational settings. Kapag equip ang educators ng mga necessary guidance and resource, mas maiintindihan ng mga students ang discussion. Now, the next is the categories for ICT in teacher training. So, number 1, ICT as main content focus. So, the number 1 of category ay pinaprioritize ang pag-equip sa mga educators with the skills to effectively integrate ICT tools into teaching. Ini-emphasize nito ang pag-unawa kung paano ma-incorporate ang technology sa paggawa ng lesson plan in terms delivery and assessment para ma-enhance ang student engagement and learning outcomes. This training aims to empower teachers to confidently integrate ICT into their professional practice. So next is ICT as a part of contents or methods. ini-emphasize ng category na to ang paggamit ng technology into various teaching approach. Makakatulong ito for teacher para ma-enhance ang instruction, promote interactive learning, and support diverse learning styles. Nagpo-focus ito sa pag-select at pag-integrate ng digital resource para ma-enrich and teaching practice at ma-enhance ang learning experience for students. Next categories is ICT as core deliver technology. This category naman where ICT itself is the main tool for training educators. Training content is convened sa paraan ng paggamit ng online platforms, interactive modules, and virtual classrooms na nagpo-focus sa pag-provide ng engaging and accessible experience. Ang goal nito is to empower teachers to integrate technology effectively into their teaching practice. So next categories is ICT is facilitating or networking technology. This category naman is in ICT teaching training ay nagpo-focus sa paggamit ng technology para masuportahan ang educators' ongoing growth and collaboration. Kasama rito ang pag-access ng online courses, webinars, and virtual conference for professional development at paggamit rin ng digital platforms to network and collaborate with other teachers globally. Ang goal nito ang gumawa ng dynamic learning community para matulungan ang teachers to share resource, makapag-exchange ng ideas at maging updated sa mga best practice in teaching. So the next is the UNESCO or United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Education ICT competency frameworks for teachers. In UNESCO competency framework, there are 6 aspects and 3 levels. So the 6 aspect is understanding ICT in education. Second is curriculum and assessment. Third one is pedagogy. Fourth is application of digital skills, organization and administration. Next is teacher professional learning. So the 3 levels one is knowledge acquisition and knowledge deepening and knowledge creation. So the first aspect is understanding ICT in education, and in the 3 levels, knowledge acquisition is nakapaloob dito yung policy understanding, and sa knowledge development is policy application, and the knowledge creation is policy innovation. So the next aspect is the curriculum and assessment. Nakapaloob dito sa 3 levels. Yung sa knowledge acquisition is basic knowledge, and sa sunod naman is knowledge deepening is knowledge application, knowledge society skills. So next is pedagogy. Nakapaloob dito yung sa knowledge acquisition is ICT enhanced teaching. Sa knowledge deepening is ng pedagogy is complex problem solving. Sa knowledge creation ng pedagogy is self-management. So the fourth one is application of digital skills. Sa knowledge acquisition, nakapaloob dito yung sa application of digital skills is application, and sa knowledge deepening is infusion, and sa knowledge creation is transformation. So the fifth one is organization and administration. So nakapaloob dito sa organization, and administration sa 3 levels sa knowledge acquisition is standard classroom. Sa knowledge deepening is collaborative groups. Next is learning organizations. So, the last is teacher professional learning. So, sa nakapaloob dito sa knowledge acquisition ng teacher professional learning is digital literacy. And sa knowledge deepening is networking. And sa knowledge creation is teacher as innovator. Overall, ang UNESCO ICT Competency Framework for Teachers ay nagsisilbing gabay wherein it outlines the essential skills, knowledge, and attitudes na kailangan ng educators kailangan ng educators para ma-integrate technology into teaching. Kino-cover nito ang areas kasama ang pedagogy, curriculum development, and assessment, supporting educators in adapting to digital landscape of education. Mahalaga itong frameworks para sa training programs, curriculum development, and policy making efforts worldwide.